Hey everyone, and welcome to another deep dive.
Always exciting.
Today we're taking a look at Elon Musk,
Yep.
but going a little beyond just the usual headlines.
Yeah.
We all know about Tesla and SpaceX, right?
Right.
And even the Twitter, or X, I guess we should say.
Yeah.
But we're going to dive a little deeper,
Huh?
and we're using a pretty interesting source, actually, just his Wikipedia entry,
Oh, cool.
to see what fascinating things, maybe even some surprising things we
Yeah.
can uncover about his life.
It's amazing how much is out there about him.
Yeah.
But even with all that coverage, there are still things, that you might not know.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like, for example,
Yeah.
did you know that his whole kind of claim to fame about growing up with an emerald mine
Oh, yeah.
is a bit more complicated than it seems?
Yeah, I was reading about that.
Yeah.
It's interesting how the narrative has kind of shifted, right?
Yeah. Huh?
Initially, he and his father, Elon Musk,
Yeah.
talked about Errol owning an emerald mine. Yeah.
Like an entire mine, yeah.
Right. But more recently, it seems like the story has kind of changed to Errol just receiving a portion of emeralds
Right.
from actually 3 smaller mines.
Exactly. It makes you wonder, right?
Yeah.
Like, what is the impact
Yeah.
of that narrative,
Yeah.
I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
Growing up with tales of an emerald mine,
Yeah.
right, paints a very different picture
Definitely.
than just having a stake in a few smaller ones,
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
And speaking of Errol, it sounds like his relationship with his father is pretty complex.
It does, yeah.
I was reading that after his parents divorced, Elon actually chose to live with his father,
Oh, wow.
which he later said he regretted doing.
Yeah, it sounds like a pretty challenging environment, right?
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, there's that whole schoolyard incident
Oh, yeah.
where he was severely bullied,
Yeah.
ended up hospitalized.
Yeah, it says he was beaten up pretty badly,
Oh, wow.
thrown down concrete stairs.
Oh, my gosh.
And it gets even worse. So,
No.
he was discharged from the hospital, and Elon recounts
Yeah.
how his father actually berated him after he was discharged,
Oh, wow.
even calling him worthless.
That's awful.
I know, it's just heartbreaking.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes you wonder if those early experiences, right, with
Yeah.
bullying with family,
Right.
kind of contributed to his drive and resilience later in life.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible, right?
Yeah,
Hard to say for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, amidst all of that, right?
Yeah.
Like one thing that stood out to me, reading all this
Yeah.
was his love for science fiction.
Oh, yeah.
He just devoured these books, right?
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings,
Yeah.
Foundation series
Mhm.
by Isaac Asimov,
Oh, I love Asimov.
and Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I mean,
Huge sci-fi fan.
right. And that's not just like a fun fact.
Right.
I mean, these stories, especially like Asimov's Foundation series, it's all about, space exploration,
Yeah.
colonization,
Yeah.
the impact of technology on humanity. It's like, I don't know, those early influences, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Planted the seed
Totally.
for his later ambitions with SpaceX and,
It makes sense.
his vision for a multiplanetary civilization.
Right. It's almost like he took those fictional worlds and was like,
Yeah,
I'm going to make this
I'm
happen.
going to do it, yeah.
Yeah.
And, even as a kid, right,
Yeah.
you could see that entrepreneurial spirit.
Oh, totally.
Remember that story about how he sold his first computer game, Blastar, at 12 years old
Oh, yeah, for $500.
for $500?
That's incredible.
That's amazing.
It is.
He clearly had a knack for,
Yeah.
identifying opportunities
Yeah.
and making things happen
From a young age.
from a young age, yeah.
Yeah.
And that drive kind of continued as he went through his education,
Right.
early career.
Yeah. He bounces around a little bit.
Yeah, he does, yeah.
Starts at Pretoria Boys High School,
Okay.
then briefly attends the University of Pretoria
Uh-huh.
before heading to Queen's University in Canada,
Wow. Yeah.
and then finally ending up transferring to University of Pennsylvania.
A lot of moving around.
A lot of different places.
And then so he earns degrees in physics and economics,
He does.
but not until 1997,
Right. Which is
2 years later than he initially claimed.
2 years later, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
A little detail, but
It is interesting because, those years coincide
right. Yeah.
with his move to the U.S.
Uh-huh.
and the founding of his first company,
Right.
Zip2.
Zip2, yeah, there's that
Oh, yeah.
that gray area, right?
The gray area.
With his immigration status.
Yes, the Wikipedia article
Yeah.
kind of suggests that he might have been working
Oh, wow.
illegally in the U.S. while building Zip2 with his brother.
So, like, on top of
Yeah.
just the pressure of starting a company,
Gosh,
right?
talk about a risk.
He's got this legal uncertainty hanging over his head.
Yeah, I mean, they were coding all night.
Wow.
Living in the office, it's like
Classic startup story.
a classic startup story,
But yeah,
but with much higher stakes.
with way higher stakes.
Yeah, and, even with that uncertainty,
Yeah.
they managed to secure contracts with, like, major newspapers.
Oh, wow. Like who?
Like the New York Times and the Chicago Tribune.
That's incredible.
And then, I mean, this is kind of a move that defines, I think,
Yeah.
Elon's future.
Yeah.
Compaq acquires Zip2 for $307 million.
Oh, my.
Giving him $22 million for his share.
I mean, talk about a life-changing moment.
Yeah.
Going from potentially
Yeah.
working illegally to becoming a multimillionaire.
In just a few years.
In just a few years. That's wild.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah.
It's almost too much to believe.
It is.
And it's at this point where I think we start to see, like the Elon Musk we know today,
taking shape, yeah.
taking shape.
Like, what does he do with this newfound wealth, right?
Well,
I mean, most people, I feel like,
yeah, probably retire.
would just retire, like you were saying.
Yeah.
Go to an island somewhere.
Yeah.
But not Elon Musk.
Nope.
He pours it into his next venture, an online bank called X.com.
X.com. I remember reading that even his friends were like,
Yeah.
"Are you sure about this name?"
Is this a good idea?
It kind of sounds like,
Like one of those websites
yeah, the ones
that you don't tell your parents about.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it definitely raises some eyebrows, right?
It does, yeah.
I guess that's Elon Musk for you.
Yeah, part of his style.
A little edgy, a little provocative.
Yeah. And that boldness probably served him well
Right.
in that world, right?
Yeah.
Online finance,
Oh, totally.
which was like the Wild West back then.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just this time of rapid innovation
Yeah.
and disruption.
Yeah.
And Elon was right in the thick of it.
But even with that success, things weren't always smooth sailing at X.com.
Right.
They ended up merging with a company called Confinity.
Confinity.
And that's where things get really interesting. Because Confinity is the company that would eventually become PayPal.
Oh, wow.
It's wild to think that, like,
Yeah.
two of the biggest names in tech today, right?
Right.
Elon Musk
Yep.
and Peter Thiel
Right.
were once battling it out
For control. Yeah.
for control of
Yeah.
this little, online payment company.
It was a real clash
Yeah.
of visions.
These visions, personalities.
Yeah, I mean, Elon favored a Microsoft-based platform,
Right.
while Peter Thiel, who eventually took over as CEO,
Yeah.
pushed for a Unix-based system.
And we know, Thiel's vision prevailed.
Right.
But even though Elon was ousted, he still walks away with a sizable chunk of change. When eBay acquired PayPal,
For how much?
$1.5 billion.
Yeah.
And he netted around $180 million from that sale, which sets the stage for his next big moves.
Right.
Because armed with that capital, right,
Yeah.
and fueled by those childhood dreams of space exploration,
Right.
Elon sets his sights on something truly groundbreaking.
This is where it gets good.
This is where it gets good.
Okay, I'm ready.
And that, my friends, is where we'll pick up
Okay.
in part 2 of our deep dive into the life and times of Elon Musk.
Awesome.
We'll be exploring the birth of SpaceX
Oh,
and his ambitious vision for colonizing Mars.
can't wait.
You won't want to miss it.
Looking forward to it.
Welcome back to our deep dive into the world of Elon Musk.
Back for more.
So we left off, he had just made a fortune, right?
Right.
From selling PayPal.
Yeah.
It's almost hard to, fathom
Well,
what you even do next when you're in your early 30s.
right, exactly.
With that kind of money.
I mean,
I feel like most people would
I know, right?
probably retire to a private island somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Not Elon.
Not Elon Musk.
He takes that $180 million
Okay.
and pours it into what seemed at the time
Yeah.
a pretty crazy idea.
Yeah.
Starting a space exploration company.
I mean, it's kind of unbelievable to think about it now,
Yeah.
right?
Especially with SpaceX being such a major player.
Yeah.
But back in 2002,
Yeah.
when he founded the company, it was
I mean, huge
a
gamble.
huge gamble.
Yeah.
We're talking about a time when private spaceflight was
Unheard of.
practically unheard of.
Yeah, it was really the domain of
Yeah.
government agencies.
Like NASA.
Like NASA, exactly.
But Elon had this vision, right?
Yeah.
Of making humanity
Multiplanetary species.
multiplanetary species.
Uh.
And he believed that private companies could, really play a crucial role.
I mean, he wasn't just talking about,
Right.
sending a few satellites up.
Right,
No.
yeah.
He was talking about colonizing Mars.
Yeah. Building a whole civilization on another planet.
Like,
Yeah.
It sounded like something straight out of science fiction.
It did.
But he was serious.
He was serious.
He was willing to put his money where his mouth was.
Yeah.
But those early years, man.
Oh, yeah.
Incredibly challenging.
Yeah, the article mentioned, like,
Yeah.
the 3 failed launches of the Falcon 1 rocket.
Yes.
Each one, like, a major setback.
Setback, nearly bankrupted SpaceX.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
I mean, can you imagine the pressure
I can't.
to pour so much of your own wealth into a venture
Yeah.
that, like, most people thought was doomed, and then to have those early attempts, like, blow up in your face.
Literally blow up.
Literally blow up. I mean, it's got to take
Resilience.
an incredible amount of resilience.
Yeah.
And then 2008, right?
The turning point.
The turning point.
Falcon 1 finally reaches orbit.
Historic moment.
Historic.
I mean, first time
Yeah.
a privately funded
Liquid-fueled rocket.
liquid-fueled rocket
Mm-hmm.
achieves Earth orbit.
I mean, that success.
It not only validated his vision,
Totally.
but also opened the doors.
To those lucrative contracts with NASA,
Oh, yeah.
including one for resupplying the International Space Station.
Think about that for a second.
I know.
A company
Yeah.
that was on the verge of bankruptcy just a few years earlier
Yeah.
suddenly becomes a key partner for NASA.
Which is, like, one of the most respected
I know, right?
institutions in the world.
Remarkable turnaround.
Remarkable turnaround.
And the innovations just keep coming.
Oh, yeah.
They pioneered the landing of those Falcon 9 rockets.
Land and sea.
Not just on land,
Right.
but on those drone ships
Ships.
in the ocean.
Flat sea.
I mean, those landings, they're
Mind-boggling.
mind-boggling. Like, the precision required to guide this massive rocket
Anchor.
back to Earth and land it upright
Upright.
on a platform that's bobbing around in the ocean.
It's incredible.
It's like something out of a movie.
It's like a movie.
But the real genius
yeah.
lies in what those landings represent.
Reusability.
Reusability.
And that's what makes SpaceX so disruptive.
Because before, rockets were
Single use.
essentially single-use vehicles.
Launch them once, they're gone.
Gone, yeah.
But by developing reusable rockets,
Yeah.
SpaceX, like, dramatically reduces the cost of space.
It's making it more accessible.
So much more accessible.
Opening up new possibilities.
Yeah.
And then came the Falcon Heavy launch,
Oh, yeah.
which carried Elon's own
Cherry Red?
Cherry Red
Cherry Red
into space.
is a dummy payload.
Some people criticized it, right?
I mean, yeah.
Like a publicity stunt.
Yeah.
But you got to admit, brilliant marketing.
It was genius.
I mean, who can forget that image
It's iconic.
of the car floating through space with the Earth in the background?
It's like he was saying, look what we can do.
Right.
Space travel's no longer just for governments and astronauts.
To
It's
people.
becoming something that's
Within reach.
within reach.
For everyone.
It was genius, but also it wasn't just about the headlines.
No.
Right.
That launch demonstrated, like, the Falcon Heavies.
Incredible capabilities.
Incredible capabilities, paving the way
For more ambitious missions.
for more ambitious missions. And then, of course,
There's the fact that SpaceX became the first private company to
Right.
send astronauts
Yeah.
to the International Space Station.
monumental achievement
Monumental.
marked a new era
It did.
in human spaceflight.
It showed that private companies could not only transport cargo,
But also safely carry humans.
safely.
A task that was long considered like
Exclusive domain
the exclusive domain
of government agencies.
of government agencies.
It's not just about getting to orbit.
Right.
You're developing Starship,
Starship,
which is
fully reusable.
fully reusable.
Spacecraft designed for
Deep space mission.
deep space missions with the ultimate goal of
Colonizing Mars.
colonizing Mars. I mean, Starship is
It's revolutionary.
revolutionary. It's designed to carry up to 100 people.
Making it the
Largest and most powerful spacecraft
ever dealt.
ever built. It's intended to be used for
Missions to the moon,
to the moon
Mars, and beyond.
and beyond, yeah.
And it has the potential to, like,
Fundamentally transform.
fundamentally transform how we explore space.
Yeah,
It's exciting to think about what the future holds
it really is.
for SpaceX.
It's amazing to consider how far they've come
Yeah.
in just a couple decades
From a struggling startup.
to a global leader in space exploration,
It really is a testament
to his vision
to his vision
and the hard work
of thousands
of thousands of talented engineers
and scientists.
and scientists at SpaceX.
But as we've seen, Elon's ambitions extend far beyond
Right.
just rockets and space.
Let's talk about Tesla
Tesla.
and his push for sustainable energy.
Okay, so his involvement with Tesla
Actually started
with just an early investment. He later became the product architect and eventually the CEO, leading the development of electric vehicles that have
completely changed
the auto industry.
the auto industry. Yeah.
I mean, before Tesla,
Right.
electric vehicles were seen as
Swish.
products, right?
So clunky.
Slow, clunky, with limited range.
Limited range. But Elon
Yeah.
had a different vision.
Different vision.
He wanted to create electric cars
Yeah.
that were not only environmentally friendly,
But also high performance.
high performance, stylish,
Stylish and desirable.
desirable.
And he did it.
Yeah.
Tesla cars have become like
Status symbol.
status symbols, known for their sleek design, cutting-edge technology.
And the acceleration.
And the acceleration.
That acceleration.
It's crazy.
They've completely disrupted the automotive industry.
They have.
Forced traditional car manufacturers to, like,
Scramble to catch up. Yeah, invest heavily in their own
electric vehicle programs.
Yeah, Tesla has played a major role
in accelerating the transition.
to sustainable transportation.
Which is, I mean,
Crucial.
crucial in addressing climate change.
Absolutely.
But as with any disruptive force,
yeah,
there have been controversies along the way.
One notable one surrounds his involvement with
Solar City. Right.
A solar energy company that was eventually acquired by Tesla.
Right. And there were accusations, right?
Yeah.
That Elon pushed for the acquisition to kind of
bail out Solar City. Which was facing financial difficulty.
And that the deal was more about benefiting
his cousins
who ran Solar City
than it was about, like, helping
Tesla shareholders. It's a complex situation.
It is.
With valid arguments on both sides.
Totally.
And it really highlights the
Yeah.
challenges that come with being,
A
visionary entrepreneur.
like Elon Musk.
He's always pushing boundaries.
He's pushing boundaries, taking risks, challenging the status quo.
Which inevitably leads to
Both successes. And controversy.
controversies, yeah.
And then there's Neuralink,
Neuralink, oh yeah.
his neurotechnology company.
That's developing brain-computer interfaces
That's another example.
of Elon pushing those boundaries.
That's why pushing boundaries.
Right. This time in the realm of
Human augmentation.
and
artificial intelligence. Neuralink is aiming to,
create implantable devices
devices
that can connect our brains directly to computers
directly.
with the potential to
Enhance
our cognitive abilities,
treat neurological disorders,
and even
merge human consciousness.
With AI. It sounds like
straight out of science fiction.
Yeah. But
They're making progress.
they're making real progress.
They've developed this sewing machine device
Oh yeah.
that can implant tiny threads into the brain
It's pretty wild.
with incredible precision
And they've already demonstrated its capabilities.
in those animal trials, right?
The monkey playing Pong.
The monkey playing Pong with its mind.
I mean, the potential applications are both exciting
And daunting.
Imagine, right?
Imagine.
Being able to download information
Directly into your brain.
Control devices with your thoughts.
Telepathy.
Yeah.
But also,
But it also raises
ethical
curious ethical questions.
privacy
All
control.
about privacy control.
But, what does it even mean?
Yeah, the nature of
Human.
being human.
Another example of Elon's ambition
Yeah.
and his willingness to, tackle complex challenges.
Even those that
Go into
the
very essence.
very essence of our being. But Neuralink is just one piece of the puzzle we haven't even touched on.
The Boring Company.
The Boring Company.
And his acquisition of Twitter.
Now rebranded as X.
Now X.
So
Right, there's so much more. To explore. In the world of Elon Musk.
It's like
Peeling back
the layers of an onion.
And
with each layer, we uncover new
complexities,
contradictions, and glimpses of a future that's both
exhilarating
and unsettling.
It's definitely been a wild ride.
It has.
So far.
And we're not done yet.
Not even close.
Join us for the final part.
The final part
our deep dive,
where we'll delve into
the broader implications of Elon Musk's actions,
the controversies he sparked,
the questions he's raised about the future of humanity.
You won't want to miss it. Welcome back to the final part of our deep dive into the world of Elon Musk. It's been quite a journey.
It really has.
From emerald mines to Mars colonization, brain-computer interfaces.
Don't forget the Tesla Roadster.
Oh, yeah. The Tesla Roadster floating through space.
It's been wild.
So before we wrap up,
yeah,
I'd love to, get your take on, the bigger picture. What does Elon Musk's story tell us about, innovation, ambition, risk-taking?
Right.
And even, how to navigate, such a rapidly changing world?
That's a great question. And I think, Elon Musk, he embodies both the incredible potential and inherent, complexities of our time.
Absolutely.
Right. He's a visionary.
Yeah.
He's not afraid to dream big.
No.
Pursue these seemingly impossible goals.
Yeah.
He's a disruptor.
Yeah. He
challenges conventional thinking.
And pushes the boundaries of what's, technologically feasible. He really is a force to be reckoned with. I mean,
he is
someone who is shaping
the future
in profound ways.
But, and as we've discussed, right, his methods often unconventional, and his actions can be reckless and even
harmful.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been accused of
creating
toxic work environments, spreading misinformation,
engaging in ethically questionable practices.
And so this raises, some crucial questions about the price of progress.
Yeah.
Is it okay to cut corners or bend ethical norms?
Right. Where's the line?
Yeah. In the pursuit of ambitious goals.
Right.
How do we balance the potential benefits of disruptive innovation
with the risks?
The
potential downside. These are questions.
I think, as a society,
as a society,
we need to be asking these questions as we navigate this era of
unprecedented
technological advancement.
And Elon Musk's story serves as a stark reminder that these questions
aren't just theoretical.
They have
real-world consequences.
That affect all of us. I think it's also important to remember that while Elon Musk is, he's the face. He's not working in isolation.
Of course not.
Right. He has these teams
of brilliant engineers and scientists.
Working behind the scenes.
And the success of his companies depends on those collective efforts.
Exactly.
That's a good point.
It's easy to
get caught up, right?
Yeah.
In the cult of personality. Surrounding Elon Musk. But it's crucial to acknowledge
the contributions.
The contributions of all those talented people.
Of all those talented individuals.
Yeah.
Who are actually making his visions a reality.
Making it happen.
And I think it's also worth noting that for every Elon Musk pushing the boundaries, there are countless others.
Yeah, working behind the scenes.
Working quietly behind the scenes.
Contributing to,
the advancement of knowledge and technology.
In their own way.
In their own unique ways.
Progress is a collective endeavor.
It is.
Driven by a diverse range of perspective. And contributions. Let's not forget
some of those other ventures we touched on.
Yeah.
The Boring Company, for example.
Oh, yeah.
With its goal of revolutionizing transportation through
underground tunnels.
It's a fascinating concept.
It is.
And while some projects have faced, setbacks.
There have been some setbacks.
The idea itself highlights
his willingness to think outside the box.
And
tackle, these seemingly intractable problems.
Like traffic congestion.
And
then there's the Twitter acquisition.
Yeah. Which
rebranded as
X. That whole saga has been
a roller coaster.
Of
controversy from mass layoffs and policy changes to the increase in hate speech and misinformation.
It's
been wild. And it's hard to predict.
Yeah, I mean, what's the long-term impact?
Yeah, what's the long-term impact?
Gonna be
of his ownership.
Yeah.
But it's certainly shaking things up.
It has
sparked important conversations about,
the role of these platforms in our lives.
The role of these platforms and the need for,
responsible content moderation.
Responsible content moderation.
It's almost overwhelming to consider, like,
right.
all the different ways.
All the different ways.
It's influencing the world.
From the cars we drive.
From the cars we drive to how we communicate.
To the future of our species.
And then let's not forget, like, his more personal endeavors.
His personal endeavors.
Like releasing.
That rap song about Harambe.
The rap song about Harambe.
And the EDM track.
He's got, you know, a playful side.
Yeah, a sense of humor.
A sense of humor.
Definitely not your typical billionaire.
Not your typical billionaire.
A complex mix.
Visionary show.
Of contradictions, right.
Brilliant innovator.
Reckless risk taker.
Reckless risk taker.
Champion of humanity's future.
But also someone who has been accused of mistreating his employees.
Yeah. He's a walking paradox.
A walking paradox.
And that's part of what makes him so fascinating.
He does defy.
He defies easy categorization.
Easy categorization.
And his story continues to unfold.
In unpredictable ways.
In unpredictable ways.
As we're wrapping up this deep dive, I'm left with a sense of, I don't know, awe.
Oh, yeah.
At the scale of his ambitions.
And the impact.
And the impact he's having on the world.
Yeah, but I'm also filled with, like,
questions about, you know, ethical implications of his work, the potential consequences of his actions, and what kind of future, you know,
what kind of futures
he's helping to create.
And I think those questions are what makes this exploration so valuable.
It does.
Right, we've delved into the facts, the controversies,
the triumphs, the setbacks.
The triumphs, the setbacks.
And we're left with more to ponder.
More to ponder.
Than when we started.
It's
a reminder that, like, understanding someone like Elon Musk requires more than just
knowing the headlines.
It demands that we, like,
engage with the complexities.
Wrestle with the
contradiction.
To consider, you know,
the broader implication.
Of
his action. He's a mirror.
He is a mirror.
Reflecting back.
Reflecting our own hopes.
And fears.
About the future.
And by examining his story, we can gain a deeper understanding
of ourselves.
And the challenges
we face.
As a species. Well, folks, that's it. For our deep dive.
Into the world of Elon Musk.
I
hope you learned something new.
Yeah.
Gained some fresh perspectives.
A few aha moments along the way.
Until next time.
Keep questioning.
Keep learning.
And keep diving deep.